Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, I think it was yesterday, on September 3rd, when we had a bunch of individuals in Florida marching and chanting certain things. Well, those things I can't repeat to you because since we are adults, but we are protected by the First Amendment, we can't talk about because we are on YouTube and YouTube does whatever they want. I will not mention certain kind of slogans or names or anything like that. You have to pay attention to the screen because I will just show them to you, okay? And I will give you hints. So these guys went on the street and they were very direct. Very direct, meaning, telling however they saw life to be and whatever message they wanted to send. So this article comes from Rolling Stones, but the video is not about what these guys particularly said in this article. I have another one that will be something of much more importance that will reveal the connection between this group and the Ukrainians, and that's a no-no. But this article will not talk about that. The article will talk about something else. So, let me show you what's going on here. So, Rolling Stones. Video shows angry neo cursing and screaming slurs during march in Florida. And this is just the beginning, end quote. The leader of the neo N group blood blah 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 warned. This is the guy in charge. Obviously, they picked this one. Okay, he's all right. Good. His name is Christopher Pochlaus Hammer. Okay, he leads a rally with Neo Pop group. This on September 2nd, 2023 in Florida, Orlando, Florida. Now I said, member of the white blah 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 and anti-Semitic blah 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 blah. They were screaming, yelling, Heil Taparap and white Paparap right here. Okay, right here, you see, and right here. And they said, we are everywhere, end quote, these guys said. Now they talk about this, and you see this right here? This, if you want, which I looked over, but I'm not going to play it here, you can go in the article in the Rolling Stones, and you can go over there. It's going to direct you to Twitter or to X, and you're going to see, that's the big problem that I'm trying to focus on, about maybe 20 people, 15, 20 people marching in red shirts like this guy here and behind there, about 20 people marching. And so this was this big rally, okay, in Orlando, Florida, with these guys that have their own ideology, like it, not like it, however it is. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Of a population of about 330 million people, you got 20 people saying something that, okay. So they say this and they say that and hate that and that and all these things. They talk about these guys here, the Jews, and they talk about the German guy from 1930s and 40s, and this is just the beginning with 40 people, or not even 20 people. Watch that little video if you want on Twitter, and you're gonna see. And then we said we're all DeSantis supporters, so obviously, DeSantis is bad people because there are about 20 people saying something that other don't disagree, the other don't agree. All right, so they talked about this, but that's not what I had this. I had this just to give you a little hint of how Rolling Stones, just show you how Rolling Stones, you can read on your own, brings a certain kind of angle towards this guy's little march of 20 people. But I have this article that actually I want to discuss. And they talk about the same guy, the same thing. This is from September 4th, 2023, from Russia Today. And these guys, the Russians, have a different take on the little march. Can you read the title? And they say, Heil Ukraine. Or Hail Ukraine. Now, the Blood Tribe leader comes out in support of Biden for 2024. Did you know that? No. If you read this one from the Rolling Stones, they will not tell you that. But these guys who obviously have a different agenda, they will tell you the other side of the story. This is how you have the courage, the strength to look for the truth. By looking both sides, all sides, and then be just and come out and say, this is what I think it is right here. And if you have the power, you distribute justice as well. Now, here, don't be the prosecutor and the judge, though. So, hail, blah, 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 they say in support of Biden for 2024. So these guys are in support of Biden. I don't hear. I saw something about DeSantis there in the other article. The Open Neo-N has praised Kiev's extremist Azov regiment at a march near Disney World in Florida. The leader of the flamboyant white supremacist group has told U.S. media that he supports current U.S. President Joe Biden over his predecessor Donald Trump because, and I'm quoting, he sends rockets to Ukraine. End quote. Do you know that? Now you know. U.S. police say the group is looking for attention. Whatever it is, the right to express yourself and be stupid if you want, okay? Former U.S. Marine, he's a former U.S. Marine, this guy, Christopher Pochlaus, who refers to himself online as the Hammer, led a march of several dozen, this guy's members in Orlando. Just look at the Twitter, it's about, I said, 20 maybe, so that's not even 2 dozens, but whatever. Dressed in red and black and wearing those kind of banners, right, that we cannot talk about. All right. His crew performed those kind of salutes, the Roman salute, but because they want to give the Roman salute a bad connotation because some idiots used it in the wrong way, you know, about 15 years of usage of that salute now became not the Roman salute, it became this salute. So all the 1,000 some years of Rome's existence goes down the drain because of 15 years. That means you had a fantastic life, you did all the good things, and one time in your life you just crossed a red light. That defines you, basically. So the Roman salute from now on, they, who's they, you know, decided that it's not going to be the Roman salute, it's going to be something else. You know, it's offensive. Okay, so let's move on. So they start shouting, Heil, blah, blah, blah. The gathering drew the attention of local media with independent reporter Brendan Güntenschwager stopping to interview Pochlaus, despite President Joe Biden's describing white supremacists as, and I'm quoting, the most lethal terrorist threat in the homeland. Pochlaus expressed support for the Democratic president. So let's see what he said. And I'm quoting this guy. My vote is useless, he began, before declaring, and I'm quoting, I think Biden's better than Trump because he sends rockets to Ukraine. And then he said, hail Ukraine, hail Azov battalion. All right, and he says, you can look more here. I'm not going to go on these ones because obviously we're free, but not as free as, and saying, by hail Azov, Pochlaus was referring to Ukraine's Azov regiment, a neo-Nazi military formally incorporated into the Ukraine National Guard in 2014 and destroyed by Russian forces in the siege of Mariupol last year. The regiment fights in uniforms adorned with Nazi symbols, including the Wolfsangen, Wolf Hook, Rune, and the Zonerad, the Black Sun. Two of the spokesmen said in 2015 that up to half of the regiment members were Nazis. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has himself called the Azov regiment heroes. End quote. Now, you can look and read if you want further. Some of them said that this Pochlaus was a fed, and then this kind of tribe government ran an entrapment operation. So they think it's just a false flag thing just to create problems in Florida. Nevertheless, my friends, my point here was with the fact that Rolling Stones gave you one side of the story, Sputnik gave you a different one, and the one the side of the story that Russia Today gave us is one that these guys will not utter to us. So, well, here's a Biden supporter. How is that possible? Well, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.